Oh, look, fishing costs 2 here. Okay, so he's sold out of a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I don't really trust Bloober to write anything.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even if you discount the voice acting, let's say you have the original voice acting, like, there's still plenty of lines that, like, are awkward in Silent Hill 2 because the time it was made and blah, blah, blah. So, it's like someone just maybe clean that up a little bit and that's it. But, like, there's no way that they're just going to leave it at that, you know? They're going to rewrite a whole bunch of...
Yeah, we'll see. That's all I can really say is we're just going to have to wait and see. And,
whoa!
You know...
It's the guy! It's the guy!
It's him again.
It's the guy watching the Twitch.
God, he pays out good.
So we have to check the Fishpedia, by the way.
Oh, yeah? Okay,
yeah.
Well, we can
Someone told me that's worth doing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not worried about it, because what's the use, you know? Bloober Team's gonna Bloober Team, and whatever comes out is gonna be the same, whether I'm worried or not, so, you know. I'm very excited for Silent Hill F, with Ryukishi 7 on the writing, and that artist.
Oh, there we go. Got harder.
Kara or whatever?
Yeah.
I saw her Pixiv page, and holy shit, her art's astounding. So this was what we got in the other region that let us allegedly fast travel.
Yeah, but it was
we
live.
Couldn't figure it out.
Because that's why we thought, like, do we have to use the scroll? But the game doesn't have an inventory system.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like that. Pretty.
It is pretty.
Gorlami. This is nice.
I mean, it's relaxing. I don't think I need to fish 528 times, but...
We'll see.
Oh, then again, they cost 2 coins in this region, so...
Oh.
I wonder if they cost 3 and then 4 in the subsequent regions as well.
Oh, it's sunfish!
Nice, he's big and fat.
They're scary, though. If I saw one in the water, shit.
I once caught a sunfish, not nearly that big, when I was a kid, with a little plastic fishing rod, right? That fish was an idiot. There was no worm on the hook. Also a plastic hook, though, so he was...
Things that didn't happen by Liam.
Anyway, I pull it up, and it came off the hook and slapped my stepmom right in the face.
What?
The fish. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
She will never forget that.
That's
it was
crazy.
so funny. You can ask her one day.
Okay.
At my wedding or whatever. She'll be there. That'll be the one moment where I know you'll be together in the same room.
Yeah, I'll bring up the embarrassing fish story.
Yeah, you should. Unforgettable. Salmon. In Canada, we say salmon.
As opposed to...
Salmon.
Salmon.
In America,
yeah.
they say salmon.
I mean, there's an L in there.
Yeah.
It's right there. Come on, I want to get a shark or something. I'm excited.
Oh, nice. That's cute.
That is cute.
Okay, I think I can probably wrap up the fishing here in 6 or 7 more fish.
Yes, I think that's generous.
Are you waiting for something in particular?
I know. Just I'm excited to see what shit comes out. I told you we talked about. Well, I mean, in the Lost DLC episode.
Yeah.
I talked about how like
King Solomon.
I mostly fished for 4 months in Animal Crossing. Like
yeah,
straight.
you did. Yeah.
It was like my big activity.
It's cute.
I watch movies while fishing.
This is a cute fishing game, honestly. I mean, it's a little brain dead compared to like the Sonic Adventure one, but
I wouldn't mind if you could physically drag the line across the water to get them interested.
Oh, sure,
then this
yeah.
mini game kicks in. I think that's fine.
As much as the Sonic
time,
Adventure one can be frustrating, it is kind of fun having such a mechanically satisfying fishing minigame in there, because it's just Sega Bass fishing, right? But like, I think it's a little simplified for Sonic Adventure. I'm actually not 100% sure about that, but...
I was big.
I gotta say,
Fatty tuna.
That's a concern I have about the Sonic franchise going forward.
What?
I'm worried that, like, we've spent so much time where the Sonic franchise, every game, it's like, we're going back to basics.
Yeah.
Back to this, and it's like, those aren't the things that made me fall in love with Sonic necessarily. Like, Sonic Adventure has so much that's not just running forward. You know, gameplay as characters like Knuckles and Big that are legitimate parts of the Sonic world, but
tertiary as they are.
Yeah, but they're not just running, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that like Sonic's current path is going to be pretty purely just running, just only play as Sonic, only
versus
run.
Someone that like, you know, I know some people grown at the comparison versus Mario stuff, and what I mean by that is if you want old stuff, play the new Super Mario Brothers series. That's what they're there for, and then the new mainline thing will be some weird thing. Like, we can serve both things. That's why I was always disappointed that, like, when they do have a new... Like, there's no handheld version of Sonic Forces unless you count the Switch.
Sure. Which you mean like a different handheld SKU, like Sonic Colors had a DS version.
And or even Sonic Boom's games, two of them on the 3DS were much better than the console, than the console ones, right? So doing stuff like that, but they're not even doing that. But I guess that's fine, whatever. There's not really a handheld...
Yeah,
kinda. You can really do mobile, I guess.
I mean, mobile. But on mobile, all they're doing is like Sonic Runners and shit. You know, which is just like more Sonic running. But now there's horrible currency shit involved. Yeah, I mean, I like stuff like Sonic Battle and even Sonic Rush and Rush Adventure, getting to play as the different characters with their like subtly different play styles. It's like I'm a little worried that we're not gonna see that anymore. You know, it was nice to play as Shadow and Forces, but he basically played exactly the same as Sonic. So really,
there's this cycle that like no company can seemingly. Well, maybe they can, but like my two examples are things where I'm like, oh, that'll be really awesome. I hope they can keep doing that for a couple years, and then they try it 1 year and it doesn't. Oh yeah,
he's cute. We got him in the last.
Is in the mid-2000s, Midway going, listen, we're going to have one Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monk style game, and then there's going to be like a year off, and then there's the next mainline Mortal Kombat game, and that's our path going forward. Like adventure game and then fighting game, adventure game then fighting game, blah blah blah. The same thing even with THQ, but this was just as THQ was dying. It was, we're going to make an arcade-like wrestling game, WWE All-Stars.
I remember this.
We're going to make the sim game.
Yeah.
But then, and I was like, that's exactly what you should do.
That was a little too late for them.
Exactly. They went out of business like a year or two after.
Yeah.
And
see, this is what we got before, and for some reason we could not. I'm going to do it now, and it's going to work perfectly the first time.
But there's no prompt. There's no.
Once again, I'm not clear on how to do this because it's like X square triangles change map. Like I'm not, and there's the other.
Maybe you get this item right, but then
maybe
you have
need
to do
complete the map.
Completion.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe
because I still can't. I'm glad it didn't work because at least I don't look like that much of a fool. But anyway, sorry, you were saying.
So just going back to Sonic, it's like the team or the several teams that got together and made Sonic Mania. I kind of just thought at that point that was going to be its version of that. Like, here's a classic or weird Sonic offshoot from after Mania. Like, they're going to make this thing now that's like, a smaller scale thing. And Sonic Team will continue making whatever Sonic Team wants.
This stuff.
And then you'll go into a cycle of that, and that didn't really happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I thought it would. I was like, oh, that's a slam dunk.
Yeah, I will say, like, I'm not like a huge mark for the retro Sonic games, but yeah, Mania was great, and I too am surprised that Mania 2 and like a longer term partnership with them just didn't happen, because that did seem like
I mean, they kind of
like
did with the Sonic Origins collection, but that didn't go too well on their.
Not entirely.
They weren't happy with the way that went, unfortunately. But I never even bought that. Did you buy it?
I almost did, and I sort of heard about all the issues, and then time passed, and I just didn't.
The same thing with, like...
But they have it at the library, and it's actually on my to-rent list, so it will happen. Speaking of collections, you like the Ninja Turtles one, right, that came out?
It's amazing.
Because it's amazing, right? I don't know if you saw Atari 50 came out.
Yeah,
Atari 50... Oh, you have it. Okay, because Atari 50 is fucking awesome.
to play the Jaguar games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that thing is like a history museum. Like that, it's a history museum first and a great collection second.
Yeah,
like that's how they're presenting that. It's very intriguing.
I was talking with a cousin of mine. I can't really talk too much about what he's working on because I think it might be a little NDA. But he works for a museum in Canada, and he's trying to work on preserving, like long-term preservation of a video game for the first time.
Okay.
And it's a significant old Canadian video game anyway. An old PC game.
Hold that thought, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do not interfere with my work.
I don't even know what
This is much more interesting.
Look, just take
It might be interesting.
who you are, what's going on, and why you look like you want to smite me on the spot.
That is irrelevant. Knowing, not knowing. It will change nothing. There is nothing you can do.
Okay, you're right.
Good talk. So, he's working on that, and he's, trying to figure out, like, logistically, like, what's the best way to preserve a game. You can have a physical exhibit, and that's something you can show for a while to sort of, let anyone come to the museum and see it. But ultimately, like, you still end up with the same problem of, like, access, which is, like, museums have a lot of stuff archived, but it's, like, in their archives. You can't walk into the archives and see stuff whenever you want. And he sort of brought up the timeless, video game archival question of, like, what's the point of an archived game if people can't play it? Mm-hmm. And rightly, he says, well, it's still legitimate because it is archived. Even if you don't have access to it, it is protected, right? But, he acknowledges the other half, which is, well, if you can't play it, then,
if that glass needs to be broken, it can, and someone can access it, but to the public at large, it's not.
And if that's the function of a video game, then, it's kind of a waste. But he says it's the same as, like, an antique chair that you can no longer sit in. Mm-hmm. Everyone can look at the chair, but it's lost its original function because it's too brittle.
Right,
what have you, right?
That's a good...
It's a decent analogy.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about it because he just wanted to hear my opinion on it, and I brought up those collections, the Cowabunga collection, the Atari 51, also the SNK one that they did, right?
Oh, yeah,
and,
that was a good one.
And we were kind of talking about it, and, like, at the end of the day, I've kind of decided that I think that is probably as good as we're gonna get for a lot of things.
What, those collections?
Those sorts of collections for any sort of archival purpose, because they exist on PC. So they're on Steam, or you can pirate them till the end of time. And the game will probably always be running on a relatively accessible standard of computing. And it contains all the games, and it contains all the documents, and it contains videos.
Yeah, it contains a lot.
It's all in one place, as opposed to if the stuff is scattered or running on some sort of emulator or something, that has to be ported every single time there's a standard change, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, this would also need porting every time there's a standard change, but the fact that it's on PC means it's a little more protected, at least for the time being.
Definitely.
I kind of think, and he kind of thought at the end of the day, that was probably a better idea than doing just a gallery, because just a gallery is sort of it's locked to one place in the world, and that's it. That's the whole thing anyone ever gets to do before it goes into the archives, so. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting talking to someone who specialized in archival about how that approach was actually really smart, because it also perfectly preserves them being playable things, which is kind of important for a video game.
I think if a game cartridge or CD is cursed,
nice.
like actually, put that behind glass. Don't let no one play that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a Goosebumps.
We don't want people's eyes bleeding
ready
out.
to become real life. Therefore, you should do that. But, like, if you could do both, like, have every NES game behind glass or whatever.
Yeah.
Just for that physical preservation, but also...
It'd be ideal.
But, like, so many, like, NES or, like, generalized libraries are licensed things that, like, legally cannot be, officially preserved. Like, that's rough. That's why the Ninja Turtles collection is so amazing.
It is,
because it's I never thought any of those games outside, one HD re-release like Turtles in Time or something.
And let
Whatever
alone
come
with
out.
all those documents and stuff
Yes,
that are in there
yes,
too.
and
All
sketches and
the production stuff. Yeah. There's marketing stuff there too, right? And also the like guided playthrough element, you know, where you can automate a playthrough.
Yeah.
That's like, that is an incredible angle of preservation as well, being able to just watch someone's playthrough as a part of the package. Like really an interesting thing that I never would have thought up myself, but like...
Yeah, when I first heard of it, I was like, wait, what? It does what?
Yeah, because you're like,
cool.
why? There's no real reason for this. But then it's like, no, this is really smart. Anyone, you could show this to your grandma, and once she figures out the controller, she'd be able to see the entire game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even if she wasn't playing herself.
And then she can, you know, like start to research online these particular animal creatures and
Yeah.
see which one is her favorite.
Of course.
You know?
But just being able to, you know, to really engage with the media without having to necessarily be able to play games is also it's a really interesting thought as far as oh no, I didn't even get 30 rings. As far as archival
Jesus.
goes, it's a really interesting thought. Let me get the 30 rings real quick, because that should be easy.
That was a very
Unless I take a
brief
hit.
level. But maybe that's the hardness of it.
Right? There's only
Maybe-
29
maybe
rings
there's
on the
only
stage.
29 rings.
Yeah, I think for a lot of games, the best it's ever gonna get, like for like a lot of Nintendo's older stuff, is it's gonna be, guess what, like download an emulator and download a pack of ROMs, and that's the best it's ever gonna get for archiving those games, because I don't think Nintendo can be fully trusted to publicly distribute all of their back catalog, you know, like it's,
And anytime they get close, it resets to 0 again.
yeah, I mean, I think on the Switch we're not going to hit a reset point, because I think whatever their next machine is going to be is
It's
just
going to
going
be very
to
Switch compatible.
it's just going to build right off
Yeah,
the
I
Switch,
think
honestly.
Wow.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, the reset point has always been brutal, and there's so many of their games that they've just never re-released. You know, like even on like the 3DS where they did have Game Boy stuff, like legitimate classics like Mole Mania have just never come out again, and it's like.
Then occasionally they'll be like, "Here's Sin and Punishment." I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but now Sin and Punishment has become a regular. Now
Yeah,
Sin
that's
and
true.
Punishment is like day one on everything with N64.
Day one Sin and Punishment.
Well, Sin and Punishment was like pretty much day one N64 on the Wii, which was where it like start. Oh no,
Nice.
my 30 rings.
Oh my god.
Sin and Punishment was like pretty much day one on the Wii, if I'm remembering right, which was the first like virtual
I'm not
console
sure if
they
it was
did.
day one, but yeah,
It was definitely that holiday.
Early. It was early.
Yeah, it was the first import game, I think, alongside Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels.
Well, you want to just restart this? Is there even 30 rings left?
I know.
15 more.
I know there's a tenor near the end.
Is it 10?
There's a tenor near the end, so we'll see. But like, yeah, with companies like Nintendo or, you know, companies that made older licensed games, I think in a lot of cases the best case is going to be just emulation. There's the tenor up there.
You need that.
Oh, there's another one right ahead. So I've got this. There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
That's probably why they're there.
So, and I think that's kind of a sad state of affairs, but I mean, I think frankly that's just where we're at now. So, you know.
So, talk about the Atari 50th collection. I'll tell you something that blew my mind. So, I'm playing the Jaguar game that's on there, one called Fight for Life. By the time this video is out, the Fight for Life video will be out.
Nice.
So, trying to find information on how to even play the game, and you go to GameFAQs.com. There's one FAQ for this game.
Ooh, just like we like it.
This was the last Atari published game on the Jaguar.
Was it? Okay.
It was
I didn't know that.
1996, which
okay.
I wasn't even aware that Atari still had games for the Jaguar then. The game FAQ has no information except it's a list of the characters and why they're cool.
That's awesome.
This FAQ, I go to the bottom and I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? And I look and it says Christian Svensson.
Whoa, nice! That's awesome.
So it is Christian Svensson, who's the former senior vice president of Capcom USA.
Yeah.
And
He's such a dweeb though.
He's such a dweeb. I had drinks with him in Miami ages ago. And his little call out signal at the bottom is like, if you really like my game, if you go see my Kasumi Ninja one, also for the Jaguar.
Oh, nice.
So he's this massive Jaguar fucking fanboy. And I'm just like, what are the fucking chances?
I know, I never knew it. That's awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah. It really reminded me of when I'm like, okay, I'm playing Bloody...
Did you include that in the video?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I really want to learn the special moves for all this character in Bloody Roar. I go on Game FAQs. And of course, the only real... The couple of specific character Bloody Roar move lists for Bloody Roar Primal Fury on the GameCube are all written by one Aaron Hansen.
And I think you told me this one before.
And he's got all these fun descriptions, like this is a cool slash combo that really puts them on their back. It's amazing.
That was how it was, man. It was so good.
That is how it was.
I remember reading a Duck Hunt FAQ. Who it's by is irrelevant, and I don't know who it was. But, like this Duck Hunt FAQ was full of like modes, like variant modes that he had made up. So he had been like trench warfare duck hunt, like flip over, like go
duck
behind
zombies,
go behind your couch or flip a coffee table and like take cover behind it and only come out when you hear the dog. Drive by duck hunt, have a skateboard and have a friend push you by the screen while you're playing duck hunt. I remember I printed off this FAQ as a kid because I had to have that. I need to find it one day. I don't know where it's gone, Chad, but so good. Okay, so our emerald's over there. We don't have the map over there, but that's okay.
Should do more fishing.
We just did fishing. We just did plenty of fishing.
What are you talking about? We did plenty of fishing. So the boss of this theme level was what? I remember it was Giganto in the first one.
It was that big flying...
It was that guy, okay.
Yeah, up him.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm excited to play Atari 50. Unfortunately, like nowhere in town got physical copies of it, so I'm have to order one online. But I hear it has like Link stuff on there too.
It has some. I'm very intrigued by the Links because there's plenty of like little licensed games. There's like a Batman game. There's stuff, and I've never even seen a Lynx ever in real life.
There's some good stuff on the Lynx, honestly. Like if they have like Chip's Challenge on there, like that was an awesome port on the Lynx.
I remember as a kid, I thought I was like, the Lynx, that's a cool name, and like, it looks alright, like, but I never saw one in a store, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was too young for it for sure, but I also have never seen one in a store. There's a couple local retro game stores that have Lynx games, and my Analog Pocket is finally showing up this week, and I'm very excited to finally have an excuse to buy some Lynx games. You might not know this, but they got Tecmo Koei making, or not Tecmo Koei, Tecmo at the time making Lynx games.
Yeah,
so there's
like maybe a Ninja Gaiden or something?
Yeah, there's a really solid port of Rygar, a really solid port of Ninja Gaiden. I think there's another one, a third game as well that I can't quite recall off the top of my head, but like, yeah, they had Tecmo in there making shit. I think they were the most prolific Japanese dev on the Lynx, which, you know, not too surprising, but...
That's why it's always weird to me when it's like, you know, Derek does a video on the fucking, I don't know, like some piece of crap, the N-Gage or the R-Zone.
That was only available in South America, and you had to download all the games.
No,
and there's a new version of Resident Evil 4 on it.
Okay, yeah, that is of the same ilk as what I'm talking about, but it's like Capcom did make RE2 ports for... whatever.
Game.com and shit.
Game.com, or like Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Oh, don't go that way.
Or Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
This is going well.
It really is. You're not supposed to go that way in this stage.
Yeah, you're going to the left.
You're supposed to strictly go this way.
What a disgusting banned direction. Go to the left in a Sonic game. Whenever you do that, and it happens sometimes, especially in Sonic 1, like, go to the left. Like, what? Why?
It's bizarre. I still remember as a kid, you know, it took me many, many game overs and many, many weeks of play to get good enough to get there. But Streets of Rage in the first one, getting to level 8 and suddenly you're moving left in that stage. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that, but that was like, oh shit, this is going down. like, this is fucked up. I can't deal with this. but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's actually I was boosting, but I guess not enough.
I guess not enough for the game design.
Yeah. There's actually a bug that can occur in Stage 8 of Streets of Rage because of that. I had it happen once naturally playing with my cousin, where you can skip all of Stage 8 with a well-timed throwing of an ally off the side of the screen while the screen... Oh, no, not while the screen scrolls. It's the bosses who can throw you. If they, like, throw you in the wrong direction off the side of the screen, it'll just skip you right to the end game, like you finish the game.
Okay.
I only ever managed to make that happen once, and I've seen people talk about it online like it's more reliable than that, but I don't believe them. They're liars. It's so hard to do.
I also believe that they're liars.
Okay, I'll get this eventually when I'm not talking about Streets of Rage.
Well, then you'll never get it.
And I'll never get it. That's fair, honestly. Better to keep me honest.
Oh, what's this?
Okay, so...
But, like, it crumbles the second you touch it. Yeah. No, it started crumbling even before, like, you went over it. It's like, no, man, I'm gonna crumble. You need that shit.
Nice, I did it.
Okay, good. They have a safety cloud, too.
See, when you boost... Okay, you know what
I see what happens.
When you land, it unboosts you.
Yeah,
like, you're no longer in your boost, and that's what's getting me here. Mm-hmm. So let me do that more carefully. Yeah, it's a shame, because I remember earlier... Oh, you know what? It's in the banned footage, so you guys will see this later. But earlier, I remember complimenting this game, because when you hold the Psy-Loop button in the air, and then you land, you begin a Psy-Loop. Just... through the virtue of holding it.
Yeah.
But not so for boost. If you hold boost and land... Damn it. If you hold boost and land, you do not begin a boost. Mm-hmm. You actually get cut out of boosting, so... Big faux pas from Sonic Team.
No.
They've got a long way to go.
Yeah, a long way to go.
But
so what is the time for that?
Minute
1:30.
I'm going to say no. No, I'm going to say no this time.
It's good to know to say no.
Sometimes you just gotta accept defeat before you've even tried.
So then you should do it even more than normal, though, too.
Sometimes
there's no detriment to
just giving up early and often. So I have to get up there somehow. I say somehow, but I'm gonna
probably
be there
via loops and jumping.
That's just it. Like I'm gonna hold the stick forward, and in 2 seconds I'm gonna be there.
That's a good thing about it. Talk about collections and stuff, and like, you know...
like game compilations?
Well, with Streets of Rage specifically. For the group that made Streets of Rage...
Oh, no!
For the group that made... Well, the several developers that made Streets of Rage 4 is we're working on something, and I'm just like... Personally, like, yeah, you can make another Streets of Rage, but I don't want you to.
I don't think that's what they're going to do.
No. I wouldn't actually think that they're doing that, but it's like, I really want a new Shinobi made by you guys.
I really hope they will make another Streets of Rage in the future.
Eventually, yeah.
But I would love to see what original thing they have in mind, honestly, would be my ideal.
Streets of Fury 2.
Whatever it is, and I don't even think it necessarily has to be, you know, a Streets of Rage style beat 'em up. I mean, I know that studio, they like their melee combat games, and that's what they're going to keep doing, right? But
yeah,
I would be really interested to see what their original concept would be, because at this point they could get funding money from anyone. Like after such a gargantuan success with Streets of Rage 4. They could go anywhere, you know, so very excited to see that. Let's do it.
And you'll get a bunch of Knuckles juice. Yeah, you did.
Knocked up.
It's uncomfortable.
You know, this is a skill issue, because I could have hit him right away. But I don't think they should regen their shields so quickly.
Yeah, maybe not.
But I have to admit, I could have hit him sooner.
I really wish that the 3DS Shinobi game was not on the 3DS.
That game's pretty fun.
It's super fun for what it is.
Yeah.
And I'd like to play it again. Like, could I possibly emulate it? Yeah, I probably could.
Why is this level still glow? Oh, do they always glow?
When you don't
have all the things, right? Otherwise they have a check mark on them. Wow, I really did all the things in all the other ones, just not that one. I'm surprised.
God, so much knuckle juice.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we haven't taken 40 minutes to collect knuckle juice, so let's just do that real quick. Ooh.
This powers Knuckles. Like, surprised that Shadow got their own game, but Knuckles didn't. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, he did once upon a time, but it was a long time ago, yeah.
What do you mean?
Knuckles Chaotix.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
I mean, it's mostly a bunch of characters. Knuckles is part of it.
Sure. But I mean, that's like saying Shadow's mostly a gun game. Shadow's a part of it.
Yeah, no, you control the gun.
Knuckles
Shadow's
is a big part of
behind
Knuckles
it.
Chaotix.
There's anything that, you know, even more so than Adventures, like remake Shadow the Hedgehog, but it looks like RE4 remake.
I
Like a realistic man hedgehog.
I would love a Shadow the Hedgehog too. I would really love like a legitimate, genuine take on that, because I think there's a lot that could be done there.
Sure. Yeah, you go. You know. When you boost in Psyloop, it's hard.
Sonic Team should let me make Shadow the Hedgehog too.
They should.
And I'll do it. Even though I can't contemplate making levels of that size, I'll do it.
Complexity,
I'll figure it out.
How are you gonna make 18 endings?
I'm gonna make one ending. And it's gonna close all the time loops at once.
Okay, well that's just as ambitious, really, when you think about it.
No, I would want to do something creative with the narrative flow there for sure. I don't know exactly.
I don't think Sonic Team will let you do that.
I think to me, part of my vision for Shadow 2 has always been the idea that all these timelines were bad. And you've got to go as one of the many Shadows, join this group to stop the Shadows from the other timelines.
I think that's what Marvel's doing for Phase 5.
Maybe.
That's what Quantumania. That's what Quantumania.
Maybe, but I thought about this before. Let me make it so you have to stop the Shadows from making Shadow the Hedgehog happen. Prevent Shadow from ever picking up a gun.
Kang.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. Jokes aside, like I think there's a lot of cool stuff to be done with other Sonic characters and gameplay ideas that aren't just Sonic every time, only Sonic, only run. Damn it! I got guided like away from the fucking thing.
From the whole point.
Damn it! So I'm not sure how to get up there because from here it wasn't really accessible. So maybe from down south.
Yeah.
There's also this over here.
You could do that. There's something else there too.
This was the locked one with the big orbs, the big spheres.
Yes, yeah.
I'm more inclined to come over here.
Okay, well, stick to it because you might just get guided away.
Yeah.
They don't want you to do it.
Go do that Nux because we definitely have enough to fucks with that Nux.
The Nux Bionica.
The what?
I said what I said. The Pax Bisonica.
Did you say Bionicle?
I did not. Although I'm sure you wanted me to.
Yeah, of course. I was a Bionicles kid.
You don't need to tell me that. I'll still see, sometimes you'll see, fucking... There's someone you least expect, Megan Thee Stallion just made a TikTok about Bionicle.
Yeah.
People know. I don't know why. I don't think I was at the age of the time.
Yeah, I think you missed it.
I missed it.
I mean, Bionicle were a tremendous success for the Lego company, eh?
I know.
To the degree that they tried to emulate that over and over with stuff, with other things like Ninjago and shit.
Yeah,
but nothing. Yeah, nothing ever quite gripped the world.
Nation.
Gripped the nation. Yeah. No, the world.
The world. Sorry,
like Bionicle did. And yeah, Bionicle was a crazy success for them. So I mean, yeah, everyone fucking was in there. Why wouldn't you be? And it had this. There was
Presidents, Kings, Warlords.
There was this sick browser game for Bionicle where you could explore Mata Nui.
Okay.
And it was and you're just like smiling, but in the comments there's gonna be 400 people saying he's right. He's right, and he should say it.
I'm not smiling because
You're smiling, bitch.
No, I am, but it's not because I don't believe you. Or
and you
that
could go to
good.
McDonald's and you could get little Bionicles at McDonald's for a while, and they could throw
Bionicles
discs.
at McDonald's.
Yes, that's exactly
That's
it.
crazy.
The ruins. Once I find Tails, maybe he can use them to figure out what happened here.
Hey, I already discovered that it's sturdier than anything we've encountered.
And yes, I have seen all those Bionicles fan games, and yes, they're amazing. I'm sure you've seen those too.
I think I've seen
They're
one
like
or two.
the impressive UE5 one. Or UE4 one. I always forget what it's called, but.
So in the opening area of this game, for sure, there are people who've been like, "Why is this game like give this guy?"
Where did I just?
You go.
Oh, why did you send me down here?
It's because it's where you need to go.
Oh, I'm now below the cliff as well.
Yeah, you're on the gulch.
Fuck.
In Blood
I wanted
Gulch.
to be up here.
Well, get out.
Shit. Fuck.
Do trust the game design to get you back up there.
Please.
See that.
Oof. Okay. Sorry, you were saying Simpsons?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's fair, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say like just because Sonic was talking there, I kind of expected him to be like, I had to kill Mia, Ethan.
Man, Resident Evil 8's plot just does not. It does not hit the same as Resident Evil 7's plot at all. It bums me out.
I kind of prefer it because I hate the latter part of Resident Evil 7's plot.
Yeah, the reveal and stuff.
The reveal, the tanker. I hate
The
all that
reveal was
shit.
good.
Still good, but like, you know, I kind of still prefer RE8's thing. RE8 has problems too for story stuff, but
I hate that there's actually a part in RE8 where Chris has to go, yeah, I should have told Ethan, my bad.
yeah, I mean, it is late.
Like, that's kind of a quite the admission
There was no time.
It's, you know, I am into the idea of characters in a narrative not always acting perfectly, of course.
Yeah, no.
But when you have to write a thing into your plot that's like, yeah, I should have done that, my beat, I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is hitting the same as someone, say, making a frantic emotional decision or something like that.
Because listen, everyone knew, and Capcom was like, "Oh, look at this! Chris might be super evil.
Chris
They're
might
like,
be a werewolf.
You're not. Okay, yeah, that's a whole other issue.
Should have been a fucking
But
werewolf.
everyone's like, "Yeah, no, I don't believe you," and they were right to say that.
Yeah.
But if they had followed through on that, everyone would not everyone, but like a huge contingency of people would be like, "I hate that. Why'd you ruin Chris?"
You gotta force change on people sometimes.
Everyone loves change to be forced.
We gotta force Mortal Kombat idiots to have a game without Melina for once.
No.
I cannot believe how people beg and plead and cry for Melina.
But
It is insane. It is insane.
I'll tell you, there's one part of it I love. That people are still doing it now.
Yeah.
They're like, where's Melina? To Ed Boon, and he's like, what? She's in the fucking game.
That's funny.
That's
yes.
funny. That's
that I
the
will
one I
grant you.
like.
That's funny. But like, you know, I don't know. I think it's. I don't think it's unhealthy to force some change into your series. You know. Mm-hmm. I hope the next Smash Brothers game doesn't have Mario. Is it controversial? Sure. I don't care. I hope the next Kingdom Hearts game doesn't have Disney Worlds. That one's too controversial. No one can accept that.
Then
And
what is your game at that point?
even well, I will say there's a lot of good in there that's not Disney, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like Hollow Bastion.
What the fuck was I saying? Kingdom Hearts, no Disney. Even I can admit that I want a Turning Red world in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, but that was 4. Okay, yeah, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say, but like, that didn't exist.
Oh, for 3,
when
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Yeah, I still need a Gargoyles world, and I still need Turning Red.
Contain? No. I think
And if they make it like a big open world, Toronto's not that far from New York.
Sure.
So you could go right from Turning Red to
Well,
Gargoyles.
At that point, I also
By
want
walking.
I also want an alien like Xenomorph world, and I want a Predator world. It's all Disney.
Enough to power the
Yeah, and they're all
They're Disney princesses
Arnold Schwarzenegger
world.
world.
The emeralds. Would that have caused them to disappear?
They just need to make an open world America, like North America.
Yeah.
So you have Turning Red, you have Gargoyles.
Those are the universes.
You have Princess and the Frog. Down south.
Right, just down south.
Radiator Springs isn't in America, is it?
Off in the Radiator Springs, I don't know.
I wouldn't count that as America.
So then Atlantis off the coast of America.
That's off the coast of America, yeah.
Atlantis.
Indeed.
Where's Treasure Planet?
That's not in America.
Where's Titan AE?
Also very not in America.
And
For the most
Disney.
part. It's in America at the beginning, but it's also not Disney either, I don't think.
It's not. By Knuckles.
Depending on how the political climate is in America, we could see Song of the South. Hopefully not, but I'm just saying, in these
uncertain
in the uncertain times we live in, Disney might decide it's a good political move.
It's time to bring it back.
We gotta curry favor with the Republicans. So
that love Kingdom Hearts.
They Ron DeSantis wants to make it harder for Disney World to operate, so we gotta do something for him. Ron DeSantis is gonna leave him alone as soon as Song of the South
give him and
is
his
back.
kids what he needs in Kingdom Hearts.
They need something. Oh no. Can I run back up this wall? No, I can't. I gotta accept the drown.
Kingdom Hearts 356 over Song of the South.
Oh my god.
Now there's a whole untapped universe of IPs Disney could have put in. But,
yeah.
a lot of people's sexual awakenings happened at the Fox Robin Hood animated movie, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's
well,
not in there either.
We've all been there. So.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So he should be in there. There was no.
He should be in there.
Was there any Zootopia in Kingdom Hearts 3? There was not, huh?
No.
Okay.
Zootopia is a big one. I actually would.
Moana?
I actually would love to see them do that old Robin Hood, because that's like a classic Disney one that they haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think
Let's have
the designs are good.
Maleficent for the 80th time.
Moana they haven't, but I also kind of don't like Moana, so that's a no from me. Yeah, okay, then fair enough. Then it's in.
You can have the Rocks guy. You can have him help out.
It's in then. I guess I'm on this now. Very cool.
Kanto.
Okay, where am I going?
You don't know where you're going.
I need an emerald. Oh, okay, we got a Knuckles.
Big
okay.
Knucks there.
Oh, he probably has the last emerald. That's probably it.
He's stowing it away somewhere. Where were you keeping that emerald in? My Knuckles.
Where are those?
Right here. They're right out there. They're hard to miss.